to only 3 of the 8 representative charges of, I'll say, objectionable material to cover the litany of.
Well, I am unaware of what's going on in New Zealand, and now I will be looking that up. But I will tell you, you make an excellent point, is that in the argument, the political... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were through because you stopped talking. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was just taking a breath. This sort of material, commodity, rather than a crime. But that's where I think we're losing our way, because we lose sight of the victims, and it almost becomes encouraged to go and find more of this scandal, not to stop it from happening, but for political advantage. That's what I was going to say.
Thank you. So my response to you that I started when I interrupted you, and I apologize for that, is that I'm unaware of what's going on in New Zealand, and I'm certainly going to look into that right now. But the point is well taken, that at least with regard to this issue, and this is something that Howard and I in particular keep circling back to here in the room, and that is, while we are arguing the politics of all this, and certainly the president tossed that element in, the politics of it, by suggesting that the Justice Department should go after Democrats who were involved in this previously described as a hoax. So it becomes a very political issue, and of course that prompts me to create this title for today's gathering, and prompts us to discuss whether other presidents have done this in the past, and all the things that we've talked about in the past hour. We have got to always remind ourselves to not forget the victims. And I think that's your point, and I think it's your point is right on point. Thank you for that, Tuna Boy. We'll now go to Justice, followed by David.
Hello, Gary.
Hello.
Yeah, the short answer to your question is yes. You know, regardless of party affiliation, everybody involved in the Epstein file should be investigated. However, I pretty much agree with the folks, before me, pretty much, Ben also pointed out this was damage to our democracy, rule of law. But, regarding to Donald Trump's reaction, I can definitely tell that he's scared. Okay, and another thing I just want to add it here is calling out people's names, right? Calling out names before an investigation begins, that undermines our democracy and the rule of law. And this behavior is typical of the autocratic regimes. And for most of democratic countries, right? So the criminal investigation start with the gathering information and leads to identifying the targets. All right, so I mean that's. I just want to point out. Thank you.
And that's an excellent point. So here you have the President of the United States naming several individuals who he believes the Justice Department ought to investigate for their alleged involvement, even though, by the way, nobody has said that they have been involved. Maybe some people have, maybe they haven't. But nobody has presented in the public realm anyway any evidence that any of them have been involved. Yes, we know that there was an association between Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein. Well, yes, we know there's an association between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. That doesn't mean that Donald Trump broke any laws. So just because there was an association between Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein, that doesn't mean that he broke any laws. Now, what recourse do these people have? Well, they're public figures to begin with. So it's hard to charge somebody with libel or slander for making comments about them. I mean, how many times did he pledge to lock Hillary Clinton up? She never sued. But you are tarnishing a person's reputation in a manner that you don't want to be tarnished. You clearly believe that you are by virtue of what is known in the public record, that your name appears thousands of times in Jeffrey Epstein's emails. And so people start to question, as a result of this, what involvement you may have had, even though there is no evidence. So why not spread that around and tarnish the reputations of other people, including Bill Clinton? So I don't know if I would feel very comfortable if any president of the United States publicly named me and said, well, you know, I want the Justice Department to investigate Gary for whatever. And I could say, well, wait a minute. He's basically accusing me of breaking a law. And the president could say, no, I never said you broke a law. I just said that the Justice Department ought to investigate you. You got to be really, really careful. You know, as reporters, we always want to get more information than the government or the law enforcement wants to give us. And that's a natural tension between government and law enforcement and the news media. So if there's a heinous crime and nobody has been charged, we're going to work our sources to figure out who the hell they are suspecting of that crime. By the way, that's why you will hear them no longer say, Gary is a suspect. They'll say, Gary is a person of interest. Why do they use that terminology? Because then it makes it more difficult for Gary to sue and claim that the government named him as a believed to be the criminal, the perpetrator, and then they can say, no, we just said he was a person of interest. We never said he was a suspect. We just wanted to talk to him because he might be able to provide information that will help move the investigation forward. So they don't say suspect anymore. They say person of interest. You got to be really, really careful about this stuff. And by the way, those of us in the media, we have to be very careful. We're not always very careful about it. But we have to be very careful about how we parse the words. And if you listen to any reputable news organization, including news organizations that you might perceive as being biased against the president, they are bending over backwards to repeat ad nauseum, deliberately and rightfully, that the president's not been charged with any crime, and there's never been any evidence that he participated in any of the illegal activities that Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell were convicted of providing. They do that so that you can't say that by innuendo you suggested that the president did something that he didn't do, even though he's the president of the United States. And those aforementioned slander and libel laws are far more liberal with regard to what you could say about him as a public figure. Very careful, and rightfully so. But the president is not being very careful. And I think somebody suggested, was it Ben, that this is not really an attempt to reach an indictment against any of the people that he mentioned. This is throwing sand in our eyes to divert attention away from the fact that his name is mentioned 1,000 or more times in the emails that have thus far been made public, even though there's no indication in any of the emails that have so far been made public that he broke any laws. So it's a brilliant political move, if nothing else. And I will again thank Tiger and Marshall for correcting my perception that this is precedent setting, because it's not precedent setting. They were correct, and I appreciate them bringing that to my attention and to the room's attention.
Tongue of grace. The blue triangle is the ascending tongue of prayer. This interchange, the double gift of tongues, the word of double power, abrahadabra, is the sign of the great work. For the great work is accomplished in silence. And behold, is not that word equal to Cheth, that is Cancer, whose sigil is 69. This work also eats up itself, accomplishes its own end, nourishes the worker, leaves no seed, is perfect in itself. Little children, love one another. Chapter 70. Broomstick Babblings. Frater Perdurabo is of the Sanhedrim of the Sabbath, say men. He is the old goat himself, say women. Therefore do all adore him. The more they detest him, the more do they adore him. Aye, let us offer the obscene kiss. Let us seek the mystery of the gnarled oak and of the glacier torrent. To him let us offer up our babes. Around him let us dance in the mad moonlight. But Frater Perdurabo is nothing but an eye. What eye none knoweth. Skip witches, hop toads, take your pleasure. For the play of the universe is the pleasure of Frater Perdurabo. Chapter 71. King's College Chapel. For mind and body alike there is no purgative like pranayama. No purgative like pranayama. For mind, for mind and body alike, there is no purgative like pranayama. Yea, for mind and body alike, there is no purgative, for mind and body alike, no purgative, like pranayama. No purgative for mind and body alike, like pranayama, like prana, pranayama. Amen. Chapter 72. Hashed Pheasant. Shemhamfarash, all hail divided name, utter it once, O mortal of Arash. The universe were swallowed up in flame, Shemhamfarash. Nor deem that thou amid the cosmic crash may find one thing of all those things the same. The world has gone to everlasting smash. No, if creation did possess an aim, it does not, it were only to make hash of that most high and that most holy game, Shemhamfarash. Chapter 73. The Devil, the Ostrich, and the Orphan Child. Death rides the camel of initiation. Thou humped and stiff-necked one that groanest in thine asana, death will relieve thee. Bite not, Zelator dear, but bide. 10 days didst thou go with water in thy belly? Thou shalt go 20 more, with a firebrand at thy rump. Aye, all thine aspiration is to death. Death is the crown of all thine aspiration. Triple is the cord of silver moonlight. It shall hang thee, O Holy One, O hanged man, O camel termination of the third person plural, for thy multiplicity, thou ghost of a non-ego. Could but thy mother behold thee, O thou Unt, the infinite snake Ananta that surroundeth the universe, is but the coffin worm. Chapter 74. Carey Street. When nothing became conscious, it made a bad bargain. This consciousness acquired individuality, a worse bargain. The hermit asked for love, worst bargain of all. And now he has let his girl go to America to have success in life. Blank loss. Is there no end to this immortal ache that haunts me sleeping or awake? If I had Layla, how could I forget time, age, and death, insufferable fret? Were I an hermit, how could I support the pain of consciousness, the curse of thought? Even were I that, there still were one sore spot, the abyss that stretches between that and not. Still the first step is not so far away. The Mauretania sails on Saturday. Chapter 75. Plover's Eggs. Spring beans and strawberries are in. Goodbye to the oyster. If I really knew what I wanted, I could give up Layla, or give up everything for Layla. But what I want varies from hour to hour. This wavering is the root of all compromise, and so of all good sense. With this gift a man can spend his 70 years in peace. Now is this well or ill? Emphasize gift, then man, then spend, then 70 years, and lastly, peace, and change the intonations. Each time reverse the meaning. I would show you how, but for the moment, I prefer to think of Layla. Chapter 66. Phaeton. No, yes, perhaps, oh, I, why? No. Hail, all ye spavine, gelded, hamstrung horses. Ye shall surpass the planets in their courses. How? Not by speed, nor strength, nor power to stay, but by the silence that succeeds the neigh. Chapter 77. The sublime and supreme septenary, in its mature, magical manifestation through matter, as it is written, and he-goat also. Layla. Chapter 78. Wheel and woe. The great wheel of samsara, the wheel of the law, dhamma, the wheel of the tarot, the wheel of the heavens, the wheel of life. All these wheels be one, yet of all these the wheel of the tarot alone avails thee consciously. Meditate long and broad and deep, O man, upon this wheel, revolving it in thy mind. Be this thy task, to see how each card springs necessarily from each other card, even in due order, from the Fool to the 10 of coins. Then when thou knowest the wheel of destiny complete, mayest thou perceive that will which moved it first. There is no first or last, and lo, thou art passed through the abyss. Chapter 79. The Bald Bullier. Some men look into their minds, into their memories, and find naught but pain and shame. These then proclaim the good law unto mankind. These preach renunciation, virtue, cowardice in every form. These whine eternally, smug, toothless, hairless coot, debauch emasculated Buddha, come ye to me. I have a trick to make you silent, O ye foamers at the mouth. Nature is wasteful, but how well she can afford it. Nature is false, but I'm a bit of a liar myself. Nature is useless, but then how beautiful she is. Nature is cruel, but I too am a sadist. The game goes on. It may have been too rough for Buddha, but it's, if anything, too dull for me. Viens vous negre, dans moi te lèvres encore. Chapter 80. Blackthorn. The price of existence is eternal warfare. Speaking as an Irishman, I prefer to say, the price of eternal warfare is existence. And melancholy as existence is, the price is well worth paying. Is there a government? Then I'm agin it. To hell with the bloody English. Oh, Frater Perdurabo, how unworthy are these sentiments. Do you want a clip on the jaw? Chapter 81. Louis Ling. I am not an anarchist in your sense of the word. Your brain is too dense for any known explosive to affect it. I am not an anarchist in your sense of the word. Fancy a policeman let loose on society. While there exists the burgess, the hunting man, or any man with ideals less than Shelley's, and self-discipline less than Loyola's. In short, any man who falls far short of myself. I am against anarchy and for feudalism. Every emancipator has enslaved the free. Chapter 81. Borscht. Witch moon that turnest all the streams to blood, I take this hazel rod and stand and swear, an oath beneath this blasted oaken bear, that rears its agony above the flood, whose swollen mask mutters an atheist prayer. What oath may stand the shock of this offense? There is no eye, no joy, no permanence. Witch moon of blood, eternal ebb and flow, of baffled birth and death still lurks a change, and all the leopards in thy woods that range, and all the vampires in their bows that glow, brooding on bloodthirst, these are not so strange, and fierce as life's unfailing shower these die, yet time rebears them through eternity. Hear then the oath, witch moon of blood, dread moon. Let all thy striges and thy ghouls attend. He that endureth even to the end hath sworn that love's own corpse shall lie at noon, even in the coffin of its hopes, and spend all the force won by its old woe and stress, in now annihilating nothingness. This chapter is called Imperial Purple and a Punic War. Chapter 83. The Blind Pig. Many becomes two. Two, one. One, naught. What comes to naught? What? Shall the adept give up his hermit life, and go eating and drinking and making merry? Aye, shall he not do so? He knows that the many is naught, and having naught, enjoys that naught even in the enjoyment of the many. For when naught becomes absolute naught, it becomes again the many, and this many and this naught are identical. They are not correlatives or phases of some one deeper absence of idea. They are not aspects of some further light. They are they. Beware, O my brother, lest this chapter deceive thee. Chapter 84. The Avalanche. Only through devotion to Frater Perdurabo may this book be understood. How much more then should he devote himself to Iowas, for the understanding of the holy book of Thelema? Yet must he labor underground eternally. The sun is not for him, nor the flowers, nor the voices of the birds, for he is passed beyond all these. Yea, verily, oft times he is weary. It is well that the weight of the karma of the infinite is with him. Therefore is he glad indeed, for he hath finished the work, and the reward concerneth him no whit. Chapter 85. Borborygmi. I distrust any thoughts uttered by any man whose health is not robust. All other thoughts are surely symptoms of disease. Yet these are often beautiful, and may be true, within the circle of the conditions of the speaker. And yet again, do we not find that the most robust of men express no thoughts at all? They eat, drink, sleep, and copulate in silence. What better proof of the fact that all thought is dis-ease? We are Strasbourg geese. The tastiness of our talk comes from the disorder of our bodies. We like it. This only proves that our tastes also are depraved and debauched by our disease. Chapter 86. Tat. Ex nihilo. N-I-H-I-L. Feet. In. The fire that twisteth itself and burneth like a scorpion. I. The unsullied, ever-flowing water. H. The interpenetrating spirit, without and within. Is not its name abrahadabra? I. The unsullied, ever-flowing air. L. The green, fertile earth. Fierce are the fires of the universe, and on their daggers they hold aloft the bleeding heart of earth. Upon the earth lies water, sensuous and sleepy. Above the water hangs air, and above air, but also below fire, and in all, the fabric of all being woven on its invisible design is aether. Chapter 87. Mandarin Meals. There is a dish of shark's fin and of sea slug, well set in birds' nests, Also there is a soufflé most exquisite of chow chow. These did I devise, but I have never tasted anything to match thee. Narrator's note. Crowley here illustrates a symbol, consisting of a vertical Ouroboros superimposed over an inverted cross, with two vertical bars, one to the left and one to the right, of the central intersection, which she gave me before she went away. March 22nd, 1912, EV. Chapter 88. Gold Bricks. Teach us your secret, Master, my yahoos. Then for the hardness of their hearts and for the softness of their heads, I taught them magic. But, alas, teach us your real secret, Master, how to become invisible, how to acquire love, and beyond all, how to make gold. But how much gold will you give me for the secret of infinite riches? Then said the foremost and most foolish, Master, it is nothing, but here is 100,000 pounds. This did I deign to accept, and whispered in his ear this secret. A sucker is born every minute. Chapter 89. Unprofessional Conduct. I am annoyed about the number 89. I shall avenge myself by writing nothing in this chapter. That, too, is wise. For since I am annoyed, I could not write even a reasonably decent lie. Chapter 90. Starlight. Behold, I have lived many years, and I have traveled in every land that is under the dominion of the sun, and I have sailed the seas from pole to pole. Now do I lift up my voice and testify that all is vanity on earth, except the love of a good woman, and that good woman, Layla. And I testify that in heaven all is vanity, for I have journeyed oft and sojourned oft in every heaven. except the love of Our Lady Babylon. And I testify that beyond heaven and earth is the love of Our Lady Nuit. And seeing that I am old and well stricken in years, and that my natural forces fail, therefore do I rise up in my throne and call upon the end. For I am youth eternal and force infinite, and at the end is she that was Layla and Babylon and knew it, being. Chapter 91. The Heikel. A-M-E-N. End of The Book of Lies by Aleister Crowley. The Book of Lies by Aleister Crowley. Chapters 0 through 50. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. AA publication in classes C and D. Official for Babes of the Abyss. Imprimatur in Frater A.A. Liber 333. The Book of Lies, which is also falsely called Breaks, the wanderings or falsifications of the one thought of Frater Perdurabo, which thought is itself untrue. Break, break, break at the foot of thy stones, O sea. I would that I could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Question mark. Exclamation point. Chapter 0. The chapter that is not a chapter. Oh, the anti-primal triad which is not God. Nothing is, nothing becomes, nothing is not. The first triad which is God. I am. I utter the word. I hear the word. The abyss. The word is broken up. There is knowledge. Knowledge is relation. These fragments are creation. The broken manifests light. The second triad, which is God. God the Father and Mother is concealed in generation. God is concealed in the whirling energy of nature. God is manifest in gathering, harmony, consideration, the mirror of the sun and of the heart. The third triad, bearing, preparing, wavering, flowing, flashing, stability, begetting. The 10th emanation, the world. Chapter 1. The Sabbath of the Goat. Oh, the heart of Nox, the night of Pan. Pan, duality, energy, death. Death, begetting, the supporters of O. To beget is to die. To die is to beget. Cast the seed into the field of night. Life and death are two names of A. Kill thyself. Neither of these alone is enough. Chapter 2. The Cry of the Hawk. Hor hath a secret fourfold name. It is, do what thou wilt. 4 words, not one, many, all. Thou child, thy name is holy, thy kingdom is come, thy will is done, here is the bread. Here is the blood. Bring us through temptation. Deliver us from good and evil. That mine as thine be the crown of the kingdom, even now. Abrahadabra. These 10 words are for the name of the one. Chapter 3, The Oyster. The brothers of AA are one with the mother of the child. The many is as adorable to the one as the one is to the many. This is the love of these. Creation, parturition, is the bliss of the one. Coition, dissolution, is the bliss of the many. The all, thus interwoven of these, is bliss. Naught is beyond bliss. The man delights in uniting with the woman. The woman in parting from the child. The brothers of AA are women. The aspirants to AA are men. Chapter 4, Peaches. Soft and hollow, how thou dost overcome the hard and full. It dies, it gives itself. To thee is the fruit. Be thou the bride, thou shalt be the mother hereafter. To all impressions thus, let them not overcome thee, yet let them breed within thee. The least of the impressions, come to its perfection, is Pan. Receive 1,000 lovers, thou shalt bear but one child. This child shall be the heir of Fate the Father. Chapter 5, The Battle of the Ants. That is not which is. The only word is silence. The only meaning of that word is not. Thoughts are false. Fatherhood is unity disguised as duality. Peace implies war. Power implies war. Harmony implies war. Victory implies war. Glory implies war. Foundation implies war. Alas for the kingdom wherein all these are at war. Chapter 6, Caviar. The word was uttered. The one exploded into 1,000 million worlds. Each world contained 1,000 million spheres. Each sphere contained 1,000 million planets. Each planet contained 1,000 million stars. Each star contained a many thousand million things. Of these the reasoner took 6, and, preening, said, This is the one and the all. These 6 the adept harmonized, and said, This is the heart of the one and the all. These 6 were destroyed by the master of the temple, and he spake not. The ash thereof was burnt up by the magus into the word. Of all this did the Ipsissimus know nothing. Chapter 7, The Dinosaurs. None are they whose number is 6, else were they 6 indeed. 7 are these 6 that live not in the city of the pyramids, under the night of Pan. There was Lao Tzu, there was Siddhartha, there was Krishna, there was Tahuti, there was Moshe, there was Dionysus, there was Mahmud. But the 7th men called Perdurabo, for enduring unto the end, at the end, was not to endure. Amen. Chapter 8, Steeped Horsehair. Mind is a disease of semen. All that a man is or may be is hidden therein. Bodily functions are parts of the machine, silent unless in disease. But mind never at ease, creaketh eye. This eye persisteth not, posteth not through generations, changeth momently, finally is dead. Therefore is man only himself, when lost to himself in the charioting. Chapter 9. The Brinks. Being is the noun, form is the adjective, matter is the noun, motion is the verb. Wherefore hath being clothed itself with form? Wherefore hath matter manifested itself in motion? Answer not, O silent one, for there is no wherefore, no because. The name of that is not known. The pronoun interprets, that is, misinterprets it. Time and space are adverbs. Duality begat the conjunction. The conditioned is father of the preposition. The article also marketh division, but the interjection is the sound that endeth in silence. Destroy thereof the 8 parts of speech. The 9th is nigh unto truth. This also must be destroyed before thou enterest into the silence. Chapter 10. Whittlestraws. The abyss of hallucination has law and reason, but in truth there is no bond between the toys of the gods. This reason and law is the bond of the great lie. Truth, 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 crieth the Lord of the abyss of hallucinations. There is no silence in that abyss, for all that men call silence is its speech. The abyss is also called hell, and the many. Its name is consciousness and the universe among men. But that which neither is silent nor speaks rejoices therein. Chapter 11. The Glowworm. Concerning the holy three and naught, knew it, had it, Rahur Kuit, are only to be understood by the master of the temple. They are above the abyss, and contain all contradiction in themselves. Below them is a seeming duality of chaos and Babylon. These are called father and mother, but it is not so. They are called brother and sister, but it is not so. They are called husband and wife, but it is not so. The reflection of all is Pan. The night of Pan is the annihilation of the all. Cast down through the abyss is the light, the rosy cross, the rapture of union that destroys. That is the way. The rosy cross is the ambassador of Pan. How infinite is the distance from this to that, yet all is here and now, nor is there any there or then, for all that is, what is it, but a manifestation, that is a part, that is a falsehood, of that which is not. Yet that which is not neither is nor is not that which is. Identity is perfect, therefore the law of identity is but a lie. For there is no subject, and there is no predicate, nor is there the contradictory of either of these things. Holy, holy, holy are these truths that I utter, knowing them to be but falsehoods. Broken mirrors, troubled waters, hide me, O Our Lady, in thy womb, for I may not endure the rapture. In this utterance of falsehood upon falsehood, whose contradictories are also false, it seems as if that which I uttered not were true. Blessed, unutterably blessed, is the last of the illusions. Let me play the man and thrust it from me. Amen. Chapter 12. The Dragonflies. I-O is the cry of the lower, as O-I of the higher. In figures they are 1001. In letters they are joy. For when all is equilibrated, when all is beheld from without all, There is joy, joy, joy that is but one facet of a diamond, every other facet whereof is more joyful than joy itself. Chapter 13, Pilgrim Talk. O thou that settest upon the path, false is the phantom that thou seeketh. When thou hast it, thou shalt know all bitterness, thy teeth fixed in the Sodom apple. Thus hast thou been lured along that path, whose terror else had driven thee far away. O thou that stridest upon the middle of the path, no phantoms mock thee, for the stride's sake thou stridest. Thus art thou lured along that path, whose fascination else had driven thee far away. O thou that drawest toward the end of the path, effort is no more. Faster and faster dost thou fall. Thy weariness is changed into ineffable rest, for there is no thou upon that path. Thou hast become the way. Chapter 14, Onion Peelings. The universe is the practical joke of the general at the expense of the particular. Quoth Frater Père Durabo, and laughed. But those disciples nearest to him wept, seeing the universal sorrow. Those next to them laughed, seeing the universal joke. Below these certain disciples wept, then certain laughed. Others next wept, others next laughed. Next others wept, next others laughed. Last came those that wept, because they could not see the joke, and those that laughed, lest they should be thought not to see the joke, and thought it safe to act like Frater Père Durabo. But though Frater Père Durabo laughed openly, he also at the same time wept secretly, and in himself he neither laughed nor wept, nor did he mean what he said. Chapter 15, The Gun Barrel. Mighty and erect is this will of mine, this pyramid of fire whose summit is lost in heaven. Upon it have I burned the corpse of my desire. Mighty and erect is this phallus of my will. The seed thereof is that which I have borne within me from eternity, and it is lost within the body of Our Lady of the Stars. I am not I am but a hollow tube to bring down fire from heaven. Mighty and marvelous is this weakness, this heaven which draweth me into her womb, this dome which hideth, which absorbeth me. This is the night wherein I am lost, the love through which I am no longer I. Chapter 16, The Stag Beetle. Death implies change and individuality. If thou be that which hath no person, which is beyond the changing, even beyond changelessness, what hast thou to do with death? The bird of individuality is ecstasy, so also is its death. In love the individuality is slain. Who loves not love? Love death therefore, and long eagerly for it. Die daily. Chapter 17, The Swan. There is a swan whose name is ecstasy. It wingeth from the deserts of the north. It wingeth through the blue. It wingeth over the fields of rice. At its coming they push forth the green. In all the universe this swan alone is motionless. It seems to move, as the sun seems to move. Such is the weakness of our sight. O fool, criest thou. Amen. Motion is relative. There is nothing that is still. Against this swan I shot an arrow. The white breast poured forth blood. Men smote me. Then, perceiving that I was but a pure fool, they let me pass. Thus, and not otherwise, I came to the temple of the Grail. Chapter 18. Dewdrops. Verily, love is death, and death is life to come. Man returneth not again, the stream floweth not uphill. The old life is no more, there is a new life that is not his. Yet that life is of his very essence. It is more he than all that he calls he. In the silence of a dewdrop is every tendency of his soul and of his mind and of his body. It is the quintessence and the elixir of his being. Therein are the forces that made him, and his father and his father's father before him. This is the dew of immortality. Let this go free, even as it will. Thou art not its master, but the vehicle of it. Chapter 19. The Leopard and the Deer. The spots of the leopard are the sunlight in the glade. Pursue thou the deer stealthily at thy pleasure. The dappling of the deer is the sunlight in the glade. Concealed from the leopard, do thou feed at thy pleasure. Resemble all that surroundeth thee, yet be thyself, and take thy pleasure among the living. This is that which is written, lurk, in the book of the law. Chapter 20. Samson. The universe is in equilibrium. Therefore he that is without it, though his force be but a feather, can overturn the universe. Be not caught within that web, O child of freedom. Be not entangled in the universal lie, O child of truth. Chapter 21. The Blind Webster. It is not necessary to understand. It is enough to adore. The god may be of clay. Adore him. He becomes God. We ignore what created us. We adore what we create. Let us create nothing but God. That which causes us to create is our true father and mother. We create in our own image, which is theirs. Let us create, therefore, without fear. For we can create nothing that is not God. Chapter 22. The Despot. The waiters of the best eating houses mock the whole world. They estimate every client at his proper value. This I know certainly, because they always treat me with profound respect. Thus they have flattered me into praising them thus publicly. Yet it is true, and they have this insight because they serve, and because they can have no personal interest in the affairs of those whom they serve. An absolute monarch would be absolutely wise and good. But no man is strong enough to have no interest. Therefore, the best king would be pure chance. It is pure chance that rules the universe. Therefore, and only therefore, life is good. Chapter 23. Skidoo. What man is at ease in his inn? Get out. Wide is the world and cold. Get out. Thou hast become an initiate. Get out. But thou canst not get out by the way thou camest in. The way out is the way. Get out, for out is love and wisdom and power. Get out. If thou hast tea already, first get you tea, then get O, and so at last get out. Chapter 24. The Hawk and the Blind Worm. This book would translate beyond reason into the words of reason. Explain thou snow to them of Andaman. The slaves of reason call this book abuse of language. They are right. Language was made for men to eat and drink, make love, do barter, die. The wealth of a language consists in its abstracts. The poorest tongues have wealth of concretes. Therefore have adepts praise silence. At least it does not mislead as speech does. Also, speech is a symptom of thought. Yet silence is but the negative side of truth. The positive side is beyond even silence. Nevertheless, one true God crieth Hriliu, and the laughter of the death rattle is akin. Chapter 25, The Star Ruby. Facing east, in the center, draw deep, deep, deep thy breath, closing thy mouth with thy right forefinger pressed against thy lower lip. Then, dashing down the hand with a great sweep back and out, expelling forcefully thy breath, cry, Apo Pantos Kakodemonos. With the same forefinger touch thy forehead, and say, Soy, thy member, and say, O Phale, thy right shoulder, and say, Iskoros, thy left shoulder, and say, Eucharistos. Then clasp thine hands, locking the fingers, and cry, I-A-O. Advance to the east. Imagine strongly a pentagram, right in thy forehead. Drawing the hands to the eyes, fling it forth, making the sign of Horus, and roar, Chaos! Retire thine hand in the sign of Hor-Pa-Krat. Go round to the north and repeat, but scream, Babylon. Go round to the west and repeat, but say, Eros. Go round to the south and repeat, but bellow, Psyche. Completing the circle Widdershins, retire to the center, and raise thy voice in the Payan with these words, Iopan, with the sign of Nox. Extend the arms in the form of a tau, and say, low but clear, Promo Iungus, Opisomo Teletarchai, Epidexia Sinoches, Eparistera Demones, Flagei, Gar Perimo Ho Aster Ton Pinte, Kai in the still Ho Aster Ton Hex, Est Key. Repeat the cross Kabbalistic as above, and end as thou didst begin. Chapter 26, The Elephant and the Tortoise. The absolute and the condition together make the one absolute. The second, who is the fourth, the demiurge, whom all nations of men call the first, is a lie grafted upon a lie multiplied by a lie. Fourfold is he, the elephant upon whom the universe is poised, but the carapace of the tortoise supports and covers all. This tortoise is sixfold, the holy hexagram. These 6 and 4 are 10. 10, the one manifested that returns to the not unmanifest. The Almighty, the All-Ruler, the All-Knower, the All-Father, adored by all men, and by me abhorred. Be thou accursed, be thou abolished, be thou annihilated. Amen. Chapter 27, The Sorcerer. A sorcerer, power of his magic had subdued all things to himself. Would he travel? He could fly through space more swiftly than the stars. Would he eat, drink, and take his pleasure? There was none that did not instantly obey his bidding. In the whole system of 10 million times 10 million spheres, upon the 22 million planes, he had his desire. And with all this, he was but himself, alas. Chapter 28, The Pole Star. Love is all virtue, since the pleasure of love is but love, and the pain of love is but love. Love taketh no heed of that which is not, and of that which is. Absence exalteth love, and presence exalteth love. Love moveth from height to height of ecstasy, and faileth never. The wings of love droop not with time, nor slacken for life or for death. Love destroyeth self, uniting self with that which is not self, so that love breedeth all and none in one. Is it not so? No? Then thou art not lost in love. Speak not of love. Love always yieldeth. Love always hardeneth. Maybe. I write it, but to write her name. Chapter 29, The Southern Cross. Love, I love you. Night, night, cover us. Thou art night, O my love, and there are no stars but thine eyes. Dark night, sweet night, so warm and yet so fresh, so scented, yet so holy. Cover me, cover me. Let me be no more. Let me be thine. Let me be thou. Let me be neither thou nor I. Let there be love in night and night in love. N-O-X, the night of Pan, and Layla, the night before his threshold. Chapter 30, Jhana Dreams. Dreams are imperfections of sleep. Even so is consciousness the imperfection of waking. Dreams are impurities in the circulation of the blood. Even so is consciousness a disorder of life. Dreams are without proportion, without good sense, without truth. So also is consciousness. Awake from dream, the truth is known. Awake from waking, the truth is the unknown. Chapter 31, The Garret. It moves from motion into rest, and rests from rest into motion. These it does alway, for time is not. So that it does neither of these things. It does that one thing which we must express by two things, neither of which possesses any rational meaning. Yet its doing, which is no doing, is simple and yet complex, is neither free nor necessary, for all these ideas express relation, and it, comprehending all relation in its simplicity, is out of all relation, even with itself. All this is true and false, and it is true and false to say that it is true and false. Strain forth thy intelligence, O man, O worthy one, O chosen of it, to apprehend the discourse of the Master. For thus thy reason shall at last break down, as the fetter is struck from the slave's throat. Chapter 32, The Mountaineer. Consciousness is a symptom of disease. All that moves well moves without will. All skillfulness, all strain, all intention is contrary to ease. Practice 1,000 times and it becomes difficult. 1,000,000 and it becomes is that which is done well done. Thus spoke Frater Perdurabo, as he leapt from rock to rock of the moraine, without ever casting his eyes upon the ground. Chapter 33. Baphomet. A black two-headed eagle is God, even a black triangle is he. In his claw he beareth a sword, yea, a sharp sword is held therein. This eagle was burnt up in the great fire, yet not a feather is scorched. This eagle is swallowed up in the great sea, yet not a feather is wetted. So flieth he in the air, and lighteth upon the earth at his pleasure. So spake Iacobus Burgundus Molensis, the Grand Master of the Temple, and of the god that is ass-headed did he dare not speak. Chapter 34. The Smoking Dog. Each act of man is the twist and double of an hare. Love and death are the greyhounds that course him. God bred the hounds and taketh his pleasure in the sport. This is the comedy of Pan, that man should think he hunteth, while those hounds hunt him. This is the tragedy of man, when facing love and death he turns to bay. He is no more hare, but boar. There are no other comedies or tragedies. Cease then to be the mockery of God. In savagery of love and death, live thou and die. Thus shall his laughter be thrilled through with ecstasy. Chapter 35. Venus of Milo. Life is as ugly and necessary as the female body. Death is as beautiful and necessary as the male body. The soul is beyond male and female, as it is beyond life and death. Even as the lingam and the yoni are but diverse developments of one organ, so also are life and death but two phases of one state. So also the absolute and the conditioned are but forms of that. What do I love? There is no form, no being, to which I do not give myself wholly up. Take me who will. Chapter 36. The Star Sapphire. Let the adept be armed with his magic rood, and provide him with his mystic rose. In the center, let him give the LVX signs. Or, if he know them, if he will and dare do them, and can keep silent about them, the signs of NOX, being the signs of puer, vir, puella, mulier. Omit the sign IR. Then let him advance to the east, and make the holy hexagram, saying, Pater et Mater, unus Deus ararita. Let him go round to the south, make the holy hexagram, and say, Mater et Filius, unus Deus ararita. Let him go round to the west, make the holy hexagram, and say, Filius et Filia, unus Deus ararita. Let him go round to the north, make the holy hexagram, and then say, Filia et Pater unus Deus ararita. Let him then return to the center, and so to the center of all, making the rosy cross as he may know how, saying, Ararita, Ararita, Ararita.
Yeah, you're entitled
In
to
this
share
the sign shall be those
if
of
you want to, but I'm not entitled to.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
good
like,
evening, everybody.
that triumph.
It's like there's a quote
and
by
of
Jefferson,
Baphomet.
and I'll always remember that
Also
ridicule is
shall
the
set
only appropriate
appear
weapon
in the
for
circle.
unintelligible
Let him
propositions.
drink of the sacrament, and let him
Good
communicate
evening,
the same.
Congress.
Then let him say, Omnia in duos,
Yeah,
duo
and that's
in
why I
unum,
wonder essentially if
unus
Christians
in
try to make
nihil,
for it simply.
haec nec pator,
I wonder if that's
nec
something they really
omnia
want,
nec
because
duo,
essentially,
nec
does that mean
unus
they're okay
in
with
nihil
a
sunt.
with the that describes
Gloria
lusting
patri
after
et
dude
matri
as
et
gentle as
filio
the size of
et
that of donkey
filiae
is,
et
whose
spiritui
ejaculation
sancto
was like that of horses.
externo et
so
spiritui
they want
sancto
to be
interno
Crazy
ut
erotic.
erat est erit in
Well,
saecula
actually, the reason
saeculorum
why they're
sex
trying
in
to
uno
ban
per nomen
pornography
septum
is so
in
that they have
uno
justification of child
Let him
abuse
then
in their own
repeat the
churches
signs
and
of
goodness what
LVX,
else, that,
but
know.
not the
Oh, they drove
signs
me
of
to it. They drove you.
NOX.
You
For
can
it is
not.
not he
Well,
that
it
shall
doesn't
arise
fix the
in
double
the
standards
sign
that
of
they're concerned
Isis
about protecting
rejoicing.
children, but you know,
Chapter
the
37.
glorification of a person
Dragons.
who was, tortured
Thought is the
something
shadow
that
of
they,
the eclipse
have
of Luna.
intellectual.
Samadhi
It's
is
a
the
strong
shadow of
emotional
the
pull
eclipse
for
of
them.
soul. The moon and the
you have,
earth
like,
are the
Passion of the Christ,
non-ego
which,
and the ego.
you know,
The sun
children
is
can be
that.
greatly affected by seeing.
Both eclipses are darkness. Both are exceedingly rare. The universe itself is light. Chapter 38. Lambskin. Cowan skidoo.
It
Time.
is Shabbat.
Swear to Hile all.
Have you lit your candle?
This is the mystery. Life. Mind is the traitor. Slay mind. Let the corpse of...
Hey, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to answer the question, should people burn religious books?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, burning books is a waste of all the work that went into making that book, the binder, the printing, the intelligent individual who spent all that time researching, drafting, thinking, reading other sources. So just to burn, a book is the epitome of stupidity. In fact, you should just read that book and then let it go. Process the large language model that's inside of that book and then let it go. No need to hang on to the concepts. You can just enjoy them. It's like watching Star Wars. After you're done watching it, you might go to sleep. You might wake up the next morning but not feel like, you know what? I'm a Jedi. I can, move that spaceship, or I can create a lightsaber and go around and give justice to the universe. You can just let it all go because it's called fantasy. It's not real.
But there are people who literally stack their life, like literally build their life around religion.
I get it, but those are the people that don't get it. They are delusional and they're living in delusion. They don't realize that it's mostly it's all metaphor, first of all. It's all symbolic magic and natural language.
Can I have an argument that 13 billion people's mental states? That would just be glorious. I would love that, please.
Is your mental state disturbed? Is that why you're bringing it up? Do you not have peace in your
No,
life?
I'm just asking you.
Well, let me tell you the secret message in all these books. It's that you can have peace in your life now. I'm not dodging your 13 billion questions. I'm telling you that these books are psychological in nature. They deal with the human condition, emotional intelligence, and if you don't get the message, that means you lack understanding and knowledge. I am complete.
I mean, simply, I will say the only value I have in books, it being burned or anything being burned, is that if it, is a way to stand up to people who are calling for people to be hurt for burning a book or something like that, and that's why I think to me it's I saw that with Terry Jones. I don't agree with the pastor's motives who had to burn the Quran Day in Florida. But I do think that he's provided a valuable service, where basically it's you had in response to when they had to burn the Quran Day, you had the Pakistan that shut off its internet for 2 weeks, and so to me it's it teaches Muslims, these people who want to call for death to people who criticize their religion. It's just them saying, it's not us who will have to comply with your religion, the world that must comply with your religion. It's your religion that must learn to comply with the world.
I think when you're, I don't know, absolutely desperate and you are penniless and you can't afford your heating bill, I think burning a religious book or any book is actually a necessity to keep yourself warm, rather than anything else.
Well, that's stupid because you know what you could do is you could invite all your neighbors and say, "Hey, I want to read this book to you all. Could you maybe give me $1? I can't afford to pay my guests." That would be using the book as a tool in order to influence people to achieve your goal. If you're just going to burn a book for the sake of heating your house, you could go outside and get some sticks or bundle up a bunch of sticks, and then you would have a bunch of F words, and then you could
Why
fuel the
indoctrinate
heat
one
in your
person?
house.
You can indoctrinate a bunch of people.
Exactly. Why let one book go to waste when you can get 30 people to hypnotize them to give you a donation? It's a super chat. It's a cash app. And so if you think burning it to fuel your house, you got to fuel your soul. You got to fuel your psychology with intelligence. God is a super intelligent deity. And these books.
Really not.
Oh, he's not? God isn't super
Really not.
intelligent? That's because you're not super intelligent. Maybe you haven't read the book good enough.
I have read the book.
I have read it.
Many times I've read the book. I've even
Which one do you
paid
prefer?
money to
Which one do you
study.
prefer?
I mean,
Well, the
he's
point
not that
is,
intelligent. If he wanted Adam and Eve not to have knowledge of good and evil, why the hell would he make it so that they would do it that way?
it's because it's about the continuity of consciousness. If God didn't give them,
No, you can't. You're not God. How can you say you know what God's thinking?
I'm giving you my opinion, sweetheart. It's not a fact here.
Okay, so religion and God is subjective then.
Exactly. But you could say objectively that everything is God, and therefore God isn't subjective. God is objective.
It's God don't give shit.
It's all about how you feel, man. You just gotta feel it, yo. You know, man.
Feel it in your soul.
It's intuition.
You feel it doesn't
It's a
exist.
feeling. It's a vibration. It's an energy. It's a meta physique.
Man. Yeah. This
Your username is a congressman. Are you an actual congressman?
I am a candidate congressman running in the 16th district of Illinois.
God, I feel bad for Illinois.
I feel bad for you, sir. It's a Friday night and you're complaining about me? Get a life, loser.
This guy took
Complaining
this
about
guy.
you, saying I feel bad.
Oh, you know what?
This guy took $5 from me.
That's right. Necro is a campaign contributor, and we're going to get those Epstein files released. Today was a big day for the petition. The discharge petition, Necro. We got you, Necro.
Hey, Zan, guess what? I'm being the biggest loser tonight. I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna socialize. I'm gonna fucking drink a bunch of beer and pass the fuck out. What do you think about that? Huh?
Well, maybe you should try reading a book to get out of that depressive state, that loner isolationist state. Try reading a book instead of coming on here and running your mouth with a bunch of loser atheists that never accomplish anything, sitting there talking to young children all day long, like Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve is a grown man who spends his entire day talking to talking apes. He's like a little kid. He's like a child.
Congressman, are you autistic?
I am extremely autistic. Thank you for noticing. All I'm trying to say is if you're a grown man and you come on here to talk to children all day long, you might not have anything better to do with your life.
Well, are you a grown man?
I am a grown woman. Thank you very little. Please don't gender me.
Well, if you were
Don't gender me, Barbie.
What are you doing talking to little kids on here if you're grown? Because
I'm here making fun of older men who talk to young children all day long on this app because they got nothing better to do like Uncle Steve.
wow.
And Roivas is an alcoholic. He can't maintain a relationship because he doesn't read books, and he's a failed musician who spends all his time talking on Clown House to atheists.
Congressman, where are the children right now?
Just go to Tay-Day's room with Uncle Steve. He talks to these young little black boys all day long about atheism and the rules of their debates. We instituted this rule in the debate. We got to use this rule. The ruling of the rule is this rule.
Yeah, he's talking about Christian.
Yeah, I think he might be drunk or high. I think it might be.
I'm just trying to have a communication. You don't have to do any ad hominem. I'm a man here to have a convo. You may not like the convo, but that's a you problem.
You're really not.
Well, it's not really, because if myself or Barbie doesn't like the conversation, that's a you problem.
No, that's a you problem. You're the moderator, Enigma.
Problem.
And Barbie is a gay Muslima.
He thinks that this voice he does is like really funny to other people. Hold on, Congressman. What is Barbie?
Barbie's a gay Muslima.
I'm not a gay Muslim.
Are you a trans Muslima?
No, I'm a trans Muslim.
Oh, you're a trans Muslim. Okay, thanks for correcting.
Yeah.
So, can I ask, Congressman, what is your major in?
My major, it's in bullshitology.
So you're not running for Congress then?
No, I am running for Congress, but Congress people don't actually do anything, so I've perfected the art of doing nothing.
Can I ask, why are you in the army?
Master. So,
That's right, that's me and my PTR with my two brothers in the army.
Is that you?
Yep, that's me, infantry, whore.
Is that you in the infantry?
That's me in the infantry, whore.
I can't hear what you're saying, you're breaking up.
That's me in the infantry with me two brothers in the army, whore.
I mean, the poor man can't even converse with somebody.
Yeah, he's just
I pity.
Oh, pity the fool! Oh, pity the fool!
He's going to end up as, just an absolute idiot. If he is in fact doing that, I think he's delusional.
Go ahead, remember it, go to johnforcongress.com, my friend Harlequin is here. Hi, Harlequin!
This is the problem. We have literal bullies in government.
You don't have any bullies, bollocks! Bollocks, you're a Nazi! You want to burn books!
What's wrong with burning books?
That's what the fucking Nazis did in Germany, you fascist cunt!
It's like in the UK right now, it's pretty shit.
You're a Nazi, you fascist cunt!
They just burn religious books just to heat their homes. It's
Yeah,
really bad.
it's really bad. Our Prime Minister has literally...
It's because they've allowed individuals like you to infiltrate their country! They had lax standards! You're gonna need your own ICE immigration enforcement to get individuals like you out the fuck of your country and back to your home country.
Yeah, so
what do you mean by that?
yeah, and I'm
People like me. Hang on, Kyle.
The book burners, the neo-Nazis like yourself, the ignorant people who want to burn books to fuel the heat in their house. You're an ignorant woman.
What do you mean, people like me?
Dummies who want to burn books. That's people like you, stupid people.
No, I think it's quite logical to burn something if you want to heat your home. What I think is completely illogical is somebody like you who thinks that Jesus enters him through the rectum and guides him to do things. I think that's probably one of the...
Is that what Barbie told you her love life is like as a trans Muslim?
Moron for, and you're probably one of these people who is a Pentecostal, probably rolling on the floor.
Pentecostal?
Tongues, gibberish. Absolutely making a fool of yourself because you don't have a life and you come on here to troll people because you are so insignificant.
Oh, bollocks! You're projecting, you tosser! Bollocks! Bollocks! You're projecting, you tosser!
I'm sorry that your wife fucked the postman.
My wife doesn't fuck the postman. Where did you get that from, Barbie? Did Barbie tell you that?
Tiny pee-pee the size of a mushroom is, not working. It's not my fault. So
A mushroom penis? Who do you think I am, Jeffrey Epstein?
by the way,
you are a penis. You're a giant penis.
by the way, so I just reported you to your local
You reported me,
election.
bollocks!
I didn't report you on here. I reported you to your local county elections office.
You reported me to the election commission?
Talking nonsense.
I'm gonna report you for reporting me!
Yeah, you're fucking around, dude. I am being serious though. You didn't.
I'm being serious too, KJB 19565. I've reported you to the reporting authorities. Thank you very little.
Oh, you're a Republican. Oh yeah. I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. That explains it.
Well, I will notify the fire department for your your fiery attitude and the fact that you are an arsonist trying to burn religious sacred texts to fuel the heat in your house. It's ridiculous. What a ridiculous room Enigma and Barbie are running.
By the way,
Bollocks!
I set up my streaming setup here. I'm just gonna say the Illinois 16th is gonna have a hell of a time when I send this.
Great! Let all the voters know to vote for John Kitover in the Illinois 16 March 17th primary. Thank you very little, KJB, for the press.
Okay. Congressman, you're kind of killing the room here.
You're killing the room with your negative attitude. Bollocks!
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me say something just real quick, Congressman. So you wanted to come up here and say that it was wrong to burn the Bible, correct?
No, it's okay to burn anything you want to burn as long as you have an IQ of a gnatfly.
Well, what does that got to do with burning books?
What's that got to do with you being a trans Muslim?
You know,
Why are you so fixated on me being a trans Muslim?
Because I don't believe it. PTR the proof.
Why does that bother you, Congressman?
Listen, I've got to go soak my foot in a bath. I've got to go take care of some business, everybody.
Congressman, well, slit your wrists in that bath, okay?
I'm reporting you for encouraging me to commit suicide. Say goodbye to your account, Barbie.
No, I didn't encourage you to commit suicide. That's what you took from that.
You just told me to slit more wrists in the fucking bathtub. I'm reporting you. Reporting your profile right now.
I told you to slit your wrists. SLIP, you incoherent piece of shit.
Well, the moderators and the people in the Philippines who spot check all the audio will determine whether or not you're worthy of having an account here anymore. Report! Report an incident!
In the shower. Go do it.
yeah. No, it's interesting. I think Congressman is trying to insinuate that you're a person who's a Queers for Palestine person when he talks about that you're trans Muslim.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Because
it's like fucking chickens for KFC.
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for his constituents to hear this. It's still recording, by the way. I'm gonna record this.
It's fantastic because we're recording over here as well, so all the constituents know just how bollocks this room is. And I've reported you officially, Barbie. Say goodbye to your pathetic little Clubhouse account.
So whose telephone number is 312-498-0517?
That's the campaign HQ. You can text anything you want there.
Sorry for just doxing you there.
I'm waiting for Congressmen to say I do not consent to being recorded.
I do not consent to being recorded. You are violating the law. I have notified my attorney and we will be suing you for making illegal wiretaps.
It doesn't matter whether you consent or not. You have got yourself onto the internet where you are literally broadcasting your voice to people around the world. So whether you allow it or not, it really doesn't matter. No one gives a fuck. Maybe this man is actually a far lefty, a Karen.
I'm sorry. You're projecting, Enigma. You're projecting.
He would be the person that would go, can I speak to your manager?
I used to have a theory that Bound to Me was just a liberal parody of conservative news. And so I feel like Congressman might just be that way, that he's someone who's trying to make Republicans look bad.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, Necros, that most Republicans don't really look good anyway. So
Yeah.
That's just like your opinion or something.
yeah,
You should all try to stick to the facts instead of espousing worthless opinions all night long. Get to the facts, bollocks! Odds fish me love.
I'll give you a poem for you. A pain of losing a loved one is something I've seen, so I know how Trump must have felt when they killed Jeffrey Epstein.
Lord's fish. They seek him here, they seek him there. Those blasted Frenchies, they seek him everywhere. Is he in heaven? Is he in hell? That bastard! Scarlet! Pimpernel!
Yeah, Trump pulled out of Paris. He should have pulled out of Stormy Daniels.
Trump's
He pulled his mushroom penis out of Stormy Daniels just in time.
that looks like an asshole and eyes like piss holes in the stone.
Well, that's your mirror reflection. You're looking at
No,
yourself.
Trump, the reason why Trump is orange is because somebody has been pissing on him.
No, he's orange because he is a god.
It's the urea.
It is the color of the deity.
Products. The urea.
It is the color of our god king, Trumpus Magnificus.
What's the difference? What's the difference between Trump and Rush Limbaugh?
Something about death and urination and being a sick little F word.
The difference is that Rush Limbaugh Trump has been divorced one less time.
Don't quit your day job that you don't have.
Yeah, other than that, they're both fat, lazy, racist assholes.
Yeah.
That's right, Trump didn't rent apartments to black people.
Yeah, he literally did, and then he went on to sue New York, and his main argument was, why can't you let me be racist?
Yeah, I remember when he was like with Bill Maher, like he tried to sue Bill Maher for not giving him $5 million for proving that his dad wasn't an orangutan.
Yeah, he also sued Simon and Schuster over a quote, over a literal Donald Trump quote, his own quote that he didn't like he's a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
A projection alert! Projection alert!
I feel sorry. I just asked ChatGPT. Hang on, I'm talking. I just asked ChatGPT about John Kitover running for Congress, and ChatGPT says, yes, he declared his candidacy for Republican primary on March 17th, 2026, right? And is facing huge challenges from Darren LaHood and other candidates. So are you having lots of problems, are we, Congress?
No problems, bollocks! You people need to learn how to communicate without using ChatGPT as your main communication method. We have overcome Darren LaHood. We will defeat and unseat that rhino, that vaccine liar, that fraudster, that super borrower, super spender, super taxer. And we are going to release the Epstein files.
One thing I will
This
say.
sounds good in German. Can you say that in German, please?
One thing I will say.
This is being left.
One thing I will say about Give It to Kitover for is that Illinois would be a deep red state if it wasn't for Chicago.
That's right, because the Communist Teachers Union controls our property taxes. They control our vote, and they control the state electorate. Bunch of Democrat criminal mafia domestic terrorists.
Do you know how many signatories he has at the moment? Do you know how many signatories he has? 150.
Yeah.
150, love. We've got 1,650 signatures to get on the ballot. Where are you getting that data from?
Hold on, wait a minute. Congressman, are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely, I'm a Trump supporter.
Oh, you are?
I am not a trans-Muslim supporter.
Well, why do you support Donald Trump?
Because we have to make America great again. What's the point of being alive if we can't make this country great again?
Well, I don't know. You seem to think I shouldn't be alive because I'm a trans Muslim.
I never said that. You told me to go commit suicide and slice my fucking wrists in the bathtub, and I've reported you, and you can expect your account to get deleted shortly thereafter.
After you started talking shit about me being a trans Muslim. Don't be stupid. Don't act like I started that, Congressman.
You told me to kill myself and slice my wrist in the bathtub, and I've reported you, You can expect your account to get deleted shortly.
Kill yourself, I said.
Yes, you did. It's on recording.
Yeah, Congress.
You've been reported to Clubhouse. Your account is going to get deleted. You're going to have to get a burner account.
I'm lost, Congressman. Fucking report it. Good. I'll just make another one and tell you the same thing. Go slip your wrist, bitch.
I'm curious. I'm curious. He's got the fervor. When are you gonna start speaking German, Congressman? I'm curious.
Yeah, Congressman, like you talk about, you voted for Trump because he's making America great again. So, do you think that protecting pedophiles is making America great?
Your question has bias, and certainly Jeffrey Epstein is guilty of sex trafficking. The man is not a murderer, and he is dead. So where is your evidence, Necro, that Donald Trump engaged in any illegal activity whatsoever?
The fact that he's trying to do everything he can to keep from the Epstein files.
I have the quote. I was Trump's best friend for over a decade. That is directly from Jeffrey Epstein's mouth. Jeffrey Epstein knew the intimate details of the first Trump administration. Jeffrey Epstein's
dead!
John Kitover is politically challenged.
What was that, a little pig fart coming out of your mouth? Bollocks!
Jeffrey Epstein said multiple times.
At least I can grow hair out of my head.
I have a full, lustrous, thick head of hair. I shave my head because I don't want people to be jealous of how beautiful my hair is.
Be quiet, because you asked for the evidence, now I'm laying it out. According to people close to Donald Trump in his first administration, he offered Jeffrey Epstein a job. When that fell through, Jeffrey Epstein also knew the intimate details down to like what color the fucking light lampshades were, every single minute detail of the inner workings of Trump's first White House. Need I go on? We have the creepy...
But guess what, Congress? I'm going to leak this conversation to your constituency, and I am going
Good luck!
to make sure...
I can't even get more messages across to my constituency. How the fuck do you think you're going to get your message to my constituency?
This is the problem with people like him. He's so full of self-importance. He's Billy Bullshit. But he doesn't realise what he's doing right now makes him incredulous.
Incredulous?
Yeah.
Bollocks! You're the one running a fucking anti-religious, anti-God room. Shame on you all! Shame on you all! Bollocks!
Yeah, I can put a lot of emphasis on fuck too. Nobody is fucking worried about you, Congressman, so shut.
No, I love Congressman because he's a good argument for why you shouldn't vote Republican.
Exactly. And it's also a good thing to brush your teeth because his teeth look like tombstones.
Calling it now. He asked me to give
I just had a cleaning done and they're looking pearly white. Thank you very little.
Do you want to
Blind too. Are you colorblind? He can't address anything. He's triggered. Right, Congress?
You're triggered, you little trans Muslima.
Do you want me to come over there and rub the head of your dick?
Hey, that's disgusting. I want you to open up a good book, get yourself a cup of tea, maybe a little lemon, and just relax and enjoy your night.
No, that's what I'm doing right now on my picture. I'm already reading a book. I'm being a good trans Muslima.
Sexist and misogynist have been...
Oh, you're being so good. You're telling me to kill myself to slice my wrists in the bathtub. Well, you've been reported.
Isn't that what Muslims do, you filthy ape?
Ladies and gentlemen, this trans Muslim is no gentleman. He is a coarse, disgusting, vile, vulgar, repugnant, filthy, sickening human being who deserves no quarter, no mercy. You should do nothing but report this disgusting trans-Muslim domestic terrorist promoter.
I love you.
Keep telling yourself that to make yourself feel special.
Putting on the record, he asked me for evidence. I gave him the evidence. and
You
that's
didn't
not
give
gonna-
any evidence. All you did was stutter. From start to
No, I
finish, a
didn't.
stutterer. Stuttering.
I'll go over it again. I'll go over it again. This time open your ears. We have John Luke Burnell who said that he was Trump's, according to John Luke Burnell and Michael Wolff, Michael Wolff, who has thousands of hours of videotapes with Jeffrey Epstein, thousands of hours of interview. Jeffrey Epstein said he was, quote, Donald Trump's best friend for over a decade. Another quote, I knew the intimate details of Trump's first term White House. Quote, Donald Trump offered me a job. I would have accepted it, but given what I was going through, I do not think it would be morally right for me to accept. Quote, me and Donald Trump would play a game where we would have a young girl naked and we would chase her. Those are all quotes from Jeffrey Epstein that pertain to Donald Trump. Which one do you want to tackle?
Well, let's start from the very beginning, when Donald met Jeffrey in Manhattan.
You asked for quotes.
So what I would say is, if anyone is near a public bathroom, go in there with a Sharpie and just type, for a good time, please call 847-674-3940.
Are you trying to dox me? Well, Barbie, the trans, I'm sure that she'll be going into a bathroom tonight in a dress to try to meet her next victim.
By definition, you're running. Okay. I'm confused here. I think you might be a side.
Oh no,
Is this the first time you've ever been confused in your life?
Information out there. I'm doxing.
No, Enigma. Technically, under United States law, you are not doxing. If he's actually, it seems that he appears he's running for Congress. That is in his phone number or ways to contact him is in the interest of the American people. So by definition, under U.S. law, you are not doxing. If he was a private citizen and you...
Bollocks! I've reported you to the legal authorities for doxing!
By definition, she's not doxing now.
Your definitions won't hold up in court, KJB 9565.
Told us to go to your webpage that's in your profile.
That's right, go to johnforcongress.com right now.
So, I mean, they'll just laugh at you in your face.
I'm laughing at you right now,
If
bollocks!
you report me, I will sue you. I will sue you for defamation.
Yeah. I mean, I can explain again how it's not doxing.
Bollocks, we've already filed 4 libel and defamation lawsuits against all of you. See you in court on Monday.
Congressman, you better have a lawyer because she's ready to ride you out.
So here's how I know you're bullshitting right now. You just said, oh, it's Jennifer. As someone who has been through defamation trials before, who's had to testify in them, it's really not that quick, dude. The law is not that quick, so...
Bollocks, we use Speedy Lawyer. File your lawsuit in 30 minutes or less or your money back guaranteed. Bollocks, you've been in fucking defamation libel lawsuits providing testimony. You're full of shit, mate.
6627.
Yeah, you don't have a lawsuit.
Oh, now he's gone quiet.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm just busy filing another lawsuit.
You don't, oh my god, this pay, if he's actually doing this, the payout's gonna be crazy. We're gonna make a fuck ton of money.
Said all you ever do is think about making money through scurrilous methods. You make me wanna vomit.
Isn't that what Trump does? I mean, isn't he, going around suing everybody because that's all he wants to do because he's squandered his own...
It's because they committed fraud and they lied and made misinformation and fake news.
What a fucking moron that pissant is.
That pissant is our president, and I'll have you know that we can reach you anywhere in the world, you disgusting little tart.
Sounds like a
Can't
threat.
reach
Oh,
me
shut up.
now.
Wow, I thought Republicans were all about free speech. Suddenly, when we give publicly available information, no, don't do that.
Exactly.
Oh, we're all about free speech, and we'll see you in court to prove to you that you're violating the law, you disgusting little tart. Bollocks! What a waste of time! Just talking with a bunch of strokers!
I'll see you in Lawndale Avenue when
It's
I
gonna be fun.
serve
It's
you.
gonna be. Just let you know, the smile on my face, when I collect my paycheck will be.
You've got a smile? I don't think you've ever smiled a day in your life. You sound miserable to me.
Oh, now you're bullying? Wow, I'm reporting you for bullying.
Well, I've already reported you for telling people to commit suicide, you disgusting trans-Muslim little cunt.
Now you're bullying, so you've just been reported. Ha.
Haha, you're far more guilty for telling people to kill themselves than a little bullying.
Well, it's not what you tell, trans people to do. You fucking wrong'un.
This room bores me.
Sonically challenged, bald, ugly, rancid, gappy-toothed bastard.
This is the fucking.
That's your husband you're talking about. You're having past life recognition of your former love life.
This is the hypocrisy of the right. Free speech. The moment that we share legally available, the information is out there. You can go find this. We're not breaking any laws here. He goes, oh my God, I'm going to sue you for free speech. We're really not much of that free speech advocate. It's more like free speech for me, but not for thee.
What do you expect from the far right?
Oh,
Just as bad as the far left.
Stop trying to frame me and put me in a box. I am a man. I am not some far-right activist like you. You're a left-wing activist nut jobs.
Sweetheart, you're up Trump's ass, you're far right.
Far-right? Stop putting labels on me, you disgusting little tart.
You're a Nazi cunt.
You're a Nazi that wants to burn books and you're projecting, you stupid tart.
You're saying that I need to be eradicated because of the colour of my skin and that.
Didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Never. Get the
Because
recording.
Here, you said that everyone who looks like me should either be eradicated or got rid of out of the country.
Yep.
Bollocks, you're lying. This room is
I've
a waste
got it
of
all taped, my
time.
lovely. I've got it all taped. The
Well, I'm
reason
live streaming this on YouTube. Let me get you the link, love. Let me get you the link. Please hold.
You've just been reported for terroristic threat now, Congressman.
Well, so have you, trans-Muslim gay guy.
I don't care. That's two reports on you and only one on me. Who's gonna win?
Nope, we've already filed 3 reports in the background. You just haven't been made aware yet.
No reports. There ain't no reports. You're a liar.
You're lying. And this conversation is boring me.
Imagine, right? A 42-year-old comes up here.
42-year-old? I'm 4,200 years old, you sick, disgusting, twisted little cunt.
Bald, skinny, run-to-the man who literally feels out of control of his own life that comes on here to come and bloody troll people. I think, look at yourself, John.
Look in the mirror.
Look at yourself, John.
Go look in the mirror yourself. You're not gonna like what you see.
Congressman, you cancer on a dog's testicle. Shut the fuck up.
A cancer on a dog's testicle? Well, the link is in the chat, you disgusting Muslim trans.
Yeah, like.
What a bigot.
Like the funny thing is, this is hold on, like this is important, right?
This isn't important. This is a comedy show, you fucking wanker.
Be quiet. Shut up. Be quiet. The adults are talking. Go sit in the corner and jack off until I'm done.
You're gonna go jack off because you're talking? How gay of a statement is that? That's disgusting.
Yeah, go sit in the corner. While I'm talking. This is important to recognize.
Do you want me to jerk off while you're talking as you just suggested? Should I start jerking off right now?
He thinks he's rhetorically winning, folks. He honestly thinks.
He thinks? I don't think at all.
That's a hell of an admission. That's actually a hell of an admission.
Why would I bother giving you any of my brain power to sit here and listen to you talk about nothing all night? What a waste of time!
I have 2 words for you, Congress. This what you've got to look forward to. Charlie Kirk.
Oh great, you're suggesting I get shot in the throat because you're a disgusting Nazi book-burning cunt? Go fuck yourself, you homicidal bitch. You and your trans-Muslim F-word here can go fuck themselves.
Dude, just have the balls, dude. If you're gonna call her a faggot, just call her a fucking faggot, dude. Just call her a fucking faggot. No, you're being a fucking pussy. You're going, oh my god, I'm gonna say all this disgusting shit. But then when it comes to being a fucking homophobe, you're like, but I'm gonna calm down on the homophobia. Own your fucking dog shit positions and your fucking awful worldview. Like, don't.
You're projecting! Projection alert!
Hold on, Congressman. And if I was there, I would throw a bottle of pills right next to you, and whatever you decided to do, I would look the other way.
Like, don't come up here and call Barbie tranny, call her T-slurs, and then draw the line at the word faggot. Just call her a faggot, and then we can have the conversation about why it's wrong to call people the F slur. Sorry, but I'm illustrating my point.
Kyle, that's so fucking stupid. Like, that's so obviously fucking counter. Oh my god! Like, why are we talking to this person if they're going to push you to the point at which you just say things? Excuse me, hold on. I'm sorry, sir.
Point, Harley.
Excuse me, sir, I'm speaking! Mute up when I'm speaking!
And he's having you say things that, like, aren't even, like, cool with you. So, like that's probably the indication to stop talking to the person, you know?
Exactly, there's absolutely no reason to have a fictitious conversation with me about nothing. It's a fucking waste of time, wanker!
Yeah, I mean, I just know, like, how much...
Like, speaking to the mods, right? Like, you have the obvious power. Like, so the question's obviously, like, for them.
Like, how many people vote that Congressman should just be removed from the room? Say aye.
What is this, the March 17th primary? You fucker! Necro, you donated to this campaign, you bastard!
Yes, and it's one of the greatest.
The Tuskegee experimented again.
That's not a reasonable conclusion to debunk the flood, but what you said.
I know, I was just giving a backstory that you guys don't care about. But anyway, Steve, what's your desktop looking like?
It's like 4 or 5 years old. It's a Dell. I got it from where I used to work. I got two 27-inch screens, and it's like 4 or 5 years old. It's nothing special.
I think it's time to upgrade, man. Best Buy's got a Black Friday deal going on right now.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just saved like $400 on this laptop. Pretty stoked about it.
Yeah. I paid $500 for my laptop a year ago. It has everything I need. I mean, and now you may have been in the apes when I was asking a week ago, because I'm going to be working on my cruise next month. I needed to get a second monitor for the laptop, which I've never ever had. And the apes helped me because a lot of them know this stuff better than me, are gamers. And so I gave them the specs, and I paid $72 for my second screen for my laptop, a 16-incher. So that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
That's an incredible deal.
Yeah. So I've never worked full-time on a cruise before. So, but the price was so good, I figure, fuck, should I stay home and work, or should I spend a couple of $100 go on a cruise where I can go to eat out for breakfast every morning, eat out for dinner every night, go to a show, and then fucking gamble, and it's all within a walking distance? I said, I'm going on the fucking cruise and work.
Absolutely.
Liquid, can you give one example?
Yeah.
You can't. Change your vote.
Man, I can't give you one example is the fact that you don't think that the flood is real. You really don't?
That's not an example, that's a question.
But the flood happened, you know that, right?
Give me one example.
All over the world.
Give me any example of any.
Slay mind. Let the corpse of mine lie unburied on the edge of the great sea. Death, this is the mystery. Tile, Cowan Skidoo. Chapter 39. The Luby. Only Lubies find excellence in these words. It is unthinkable that A is not A. To reverse this is but to revert to the normal. Yet by forcing the brain to accept propositions, of which one set is absurdity, the other truism, a new function of brain is established. Vague and mysterious and all indefinite are the contents of this new consciousness. Yet they are somehow vital. By use, they become luminous.
Opinion for me, I don't know about any other woman.
Experience. This lifts the leaden-footed soul of the experience of that, of which reason is the blasphemy. But without the experience, these words are the lies of a Luby. Yet a Luby to thee, and a booby to me, a Balacius ruby to God may be. Chapter 40. The Hymog. A red rose absorbs all colors but red. Red is therefore the one color that is not. This law, reason, time, space, all limitation blinds us to the truth. All that we know of man, nature, God, is just that which they are not. It is that which they throw off as repugnant. The Hymog is only visible insofar as he is imperfect. Then are they all glorious who seem not to be glorious, as the Hymog is all glorious within? It may be so. How then distinguish the inglorious and perfect Hymog from the inglorious man of earth? Distinguish not, but thyself extinguish. Hymog, thou...
I'm sorry, man, but that was funny. But yeah, I think in the movie he was just like mentally, I don't know, maybe you could say like silly autistic at the most. I'm not sure if he was Down.
He had Down syndrome. He actually was. Yeah, he had Down syndrome. Him and he had Down syndrome. He was confirmed with it. The doctors even confirmed it in the case.
Oh, well, okay, that's interesting. Okay, then cool. Then in that case, I think it's cool. I think at least in the movie, he seemed to have the skills. And I think that was like the core of the movie. It's like, well, like even though like after like 5th grade, basically his daughter has surpassed him on the intellectual level. Like he's still her father, and like he's there to provide like these like fatherly things. Like he loves her, like the warmth and nurturing, and like he's kind of he has this way of like telling her, like teaching her like right from wrong and how to treat people. Like even though with his limited like mental facilities, he could do the bare minimum, and then he also is like
Hymog thou art, and Hymog shall thou be.
Nah, get out there.
Chapter 41. Corned beef hash. In V is the great work perfect. Therefore, none is that pertaineth not to V. In any may he manifest, yet in one hath he chosen to manifest. And this one hath given his ring as a seal of authority to the work of the AA, through the colleagues of Frater Per Durabo. But this concerns themselves and their administration. It concerneth none below the grade of exempt adept, and such an one only by command. Also, since below the abyss reason is lord, let men seek by experiment, and not by questionings. Chapter 42. Dust Devils. In the wind of the mind arises the turbulence called I. It breaks. Down shower the barren thoughts. All life is choked. This desert is the abyss, wherein is the universe. The stars are but thistles in that waste. Yet this desert is but one spot accursed in the world of bliss. Now and again travelers cross the desert. They come from the great sea, and to the great sea they go. As they go, they spill water. One day they will irrigate the desert till it flower. See, 5 footprints of a camel. V, 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 V. Chapter 43. Mulberry Tops. Black blood upon the altar, and the rustle of angel wings above. Black blood of the sweet fruit, the bruised, the violated bloom, that setteth the wheel a-spinning in the spire. Death is the veil of life, and life of death, for both are gods. This is that which is written, a feast for life, and a greater feast for death, in the book of the law. The blood is the life of the individual. Offer then blood. Chapter 44. The Mass of the Phoenix. The magician, his breast bare, stands before an altar, on which are his burin, bell, thurible, and 2 of the cakes of light. In the sign of the Emperor he reaches west across the altar, and cries, Hail, Ra, that goest in thy bark, into the caverns of the dark. He gives the sign of silence, and takes the bell and fire in his hands. East of the altar see me stand, with light and music in mine hand. He strikes 11 times upon the bell. 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, and places the fire in the thurible. I strike the bell, I light the flame, I utter the mysterious name, Abrahadabra. He strikes 11 times upon the bell. Now I begin to pray, thou child, holy thy name and undefiled. Thy reign is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring me through midnight to the sun. Save me from evil and from good. Take thy 1 crown of all the 10. Even now and here be mine. Amen. He puts the first cake in the fire of the thurible. I burn the incense cake, proclaim these adorations of thy name. He makes them as in Liber Legis, and strikes again 11 times upon the bell. With the burin he then makes upon his breast the proper sign. Behold this bleeding breast of mine, gashed with the sacramental sign. He puts the second cake to the wound. I staunch the blood, the wafer soaks it up, and the high priest invokes. He eats the second cake. This bread I eat, this oath I swear, as I inflame myself with prayer. There is no grace, there is no guilt. This is the law. Do what thou wilt. He strikes 11 times upon the bell, and cries, Abrahadabra. I entereth in with woe and mirth, and now go forth and with thanksgiving, to do my pleasure on the earth, among the legions of the living. He goeth forth. Chapter 45. Chinese Music. Explain this happening. It must have a natural cause. It must have a supernatural cause. Let these 2 asses be sent to grind corn. May, might, must, should, probably, may be, we may safely assume, ought, it is hardly questionable, almost certainly. Poor hacks, and let them be turned out to grass. Proof is only possible in mathematics, and mathematics is only a matter of arbitrary conventions. And yet doubt is a good servant, but a bad master. A perfect mistress, but a nagging wife. White is the lash of the overseer. White is black, is the watchword of the slave. The master takes no heed. The Chinese cannot help thinking that the octave has 5 notes. The more necessary anything appears to my mind, the more certain it is that I only assert a limitation. I slept with faith, and and found a corpse in my arms unwaking. I drank and danced all night with doubt, and found her a virgin in the morning. Chapter 46. Buttons and Rosettes. The cause of sorrow is the desire of the one to the many, or of the many to the one. This also is the cause of joy. But the desire of one to another is all of sorrow. Its birth is hunger, and its death satiety. The desire of the moth for the star at least saves him satiety. Hunger thou, O man, for the infinite. Be insatiable even for the finite. Thus, at the end, shalt thou devour the finite and become the infinite. Be thou more greedy than the shark, more full of yearning than the wind among the pines. The weary pilgrim struggles on. The satiated pilgrim stops. The road winds uphill. All law, all nature must be overcome. Do this by virtue of that in thyself,